Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when the last 10 days of Ramadan would come, كان يجتهد فيها صلى الله عليه وسلم ما لا يجتهد في غيرها, is that he would exert himself in ways that he would not exert himself outside of the last 10 days. And so we know that our Prophet wouldn't exert himself in Ramadan in ways that he would not exert himself in the remaining part of the year. But in those last 10 days of Ramadan, that last stretch, which are the days in which our Prophet informed us sallallahu alaihi wasallam were days of itq, of being released from the fire, he would exert himself sallallahu alaihi wasallam in ways that he wouldn't do even from before then. And so that the greatest sunnah that we can bring to life in our own selves and in our families and in our communities is the sunnah of focus and really exerting ourselves in worship in the last 10 days. Is that if we're accustomed to reciting a certain amount of Quran in the first 20 days of Ramadan, we should increase. If we're accustomed to that praying a certain number of rak'ahs, of cycles of prayer, that in the other 20 days of Ramadan we should increase. Is that we should also learn to cut back. We should, if we can, perform spiritual retreat, i'tikaf, if it's available and if it's possible for us to do so. But we should cut back. Cut back not only from our food intake, but all different types of sensory intake as well. Is that to the extent that we can now focus and cut back on the amount of emails that we respond to, the amount of phone calls that we respond to. This is the ultimate opportunity that of the year, these last 10 days, to exert ourselves in a way that we would get great benefit from doing so. So inshallah ta'ala we can all collectively together that revive the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in and of our own selves, the sunnah of focus and exerting ourselves in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in doing things that are pleasing to Him in these last 10 days. May Allah ta'ala allow the Spirit to rise to the surface in our hearts and to motivate us to be able to do that which is pleasing to Him. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadan wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.